If you have been living under a rock, you might have missed the seismic shift that just occurred. We aren't talking about a distant future anymore. We are talking about 2026. Coding, the skill that defined the last 20 years of the tech economy, is about to change completely. And pay close attention because we have to talk about this. The catalyst for this conversation is the recent release of Opus 4.5. Now, this isn't just another incremental update in the AI wars. This model has fundamentally altered the trajectory of artificial intelligence expectations. It has drawn a line in the sand regarding where we will be in 2026. Today, we are going to dive deep into the benchmarks that are terrifying senior engineers, the leaked conversations from the biggest tech giants in the world, and the controversial statements from top executives that suggest one thing: the era of the human coder is coming to a close. Let's look at the data first, because numbers don't lie. With the release of Opus 4.5 from Anthropic, we saw a model that didn't just compete, it dominated. When you look at the benchmarks, specifically for software development, Opus 4.5 is the new king. On agentic terminal coding, it sits at nearly 60%, edging out the competition by a solid 4 to 5%. Now, to the layman, 5% might look like a margin of error, but in the world of competitive AI development, where Anthropic has a singular, laser focus on coding, that 5% is a massive moat. It dominates in agentic tool use. It dominates in debugging. But what truly makes this model the developer's choice isn't just raw intelligence, it's autonomy. We're seeing reports, confirmed by Anthropic engineers, that this model handles ambiguity in a way we've never seen before. It reasons about trade-offs without needing your hand-holding. When pointed at a complex multi-system bug, it figures out the fix. Adam Wolff, a lead from Anthropic, noted that with previous models like Sonnet, you had to babysit the AI. But with Opus 4.5, he's seeing the agent work autonomously for 20 to 30 minutes at a time. He walks away, comes back, and the task is done, simply and idiomatically. The leash is getting longer. The AI is becoming less of an assistant and more of a partner. But the improved benchmarks aren't the primary reason I'm making this report. The reason we are here is because of what the people building these tools are saying out loud. Take a look at the recent statements from Adam Wolff. He works on Claude Code, the command line interface that integrates AI directly into your local codebase. He dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the tech world. He said that he believes this new model is a glimpse of the future we're hurtling towards, maybe as soon as the first half of next year. He stated explicitly, software engineering is done. Let that sink in for a moment. A top engineering lead at one of the world's most advanced AI labs is saying the profession, as we defined it today, is done. He went on to make a fascinating comparison. He said that soon we won't bother checking AI-generated code for the same reasons we don't check compiler output. Think about that. When you compile code today, you don't read the binary or the assembly language to make sure the computer didn't make a mistake. You trust it. Wolff is predicting that AI code will reach that same level of unquestioned reliability. Now, before you panic, he did clarify his statement in a follow-up. He corrected his tweet to say, coding is done, not necessarily engineering. And that distinction is everything. He admits that coding was always the easy part. The hard part is requirements gathering. The hard part is understanding user empathy. The hard part is deciding what to build, not just how to build it. The mechanical act of translating an idea into syntax is what is being swallowed by the machine. If you think this is hyperbole, you haven't been looking at the charts. I've analyzed the trajectory of the SWE-bench, verified the gold standard for AI coding performance, and the results are staggering. Look back at October 2023. Claude 2 scored 1.96%. It was basically useless for real engineering work. Fast forward just 10 months to August 2024, the models jumped to 33%. That is a 17x improvement in under a year. Most people thought this innovation curve would flatten. They thought we'd hit a wall. We didn't.
By early 2025, we hit the mid-level engineer moment. Models like Claude 3.5 Sonnet and the Midwood agent pushed past 50%, then 60%, then 70%. We went from 2% to nearly 80% automation capability in less than 18 months. So, when we project this forward into the forecast zone of 2026 and 2027, the math is undeniable. We are looking at benchmarks hitting 95 plus. This is the territory of human irrelevance regarding syntax generation. We underestimated how fast this would happen. We thought it would take a decade. It took a year and a half. The final 20% of this curve will happen even faster than the first 20%. By the time we reach 2027, the idea of typing out a function by hand will feel as archaic as using punch cards. Now, skepticism is healthy. You might say, of course, the guy from Anthropic says AI is great, he's selling a product. But he is not alone. This is now the consensus among the most powerful people in technology. Let's talk about Amazon. In leaked internal audio from a fireside chat, AWS CEO Matt Garman told his own employees, the people building the cloud, that most developers could stop coding within 24 months. He said, if you go forward 24 months from now, it's possible that most developers are not coding. He made that statement in August 2024. Add 24 months. Where do we land? August 2026, exactly where our graph predicts the 95% benchmark breakthrough. Then there is Mark Zuckerberg. He went on the Joe Rogan Experience and stated clearly that Meta envisions AI doing the work of mid-level engineers by 2025, not assisting them, doing their work. And we can't forget the man moving the markets himself, Jensen Huang of NVIDIA. He famously said, anyone can be a programmer. He believes the digital divide is closed. You don't need C++ or Python anymore. You just need natural language. You need to speak English. These aren't marketing gimmicks. These are internal strategies from trillion-dollar companies preparing for a workforce shift. Finally, we have Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic. In a recent interview, he expressed genuine concern, not about the tech failing, but how fast it's succeeding. He predicts that within months, AI will be writing 90% of all code. Not 50%, not assisting, writing 90% of it. So, what does this mean for you? Is the career dead? No, but the job as we know it is dead. The role of software engineer is flipping. We're moving from a world of builders, people who lay the bricks of code, to a world of architects, people who design the cathedral. The barrier to entry for creating software is dropping to zero, but the value of understanding systems, understanding customers, and managing these AI agents is skyrocketing. Coding is about to become a commodity. Engineering, true engineering, is about to become more valuable than ever. The question is, are you ready to stop typing and start directing? Because 2026 isn't coming, it's already here.